What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of a new show here on the Not Slim 1 channel called No Seconds. I am a participant in this experiment. I am called Not Slim 1. To my immediate left is my cousin, the Iceman. What's up, bud?
Not too much, bud.
We're going to do a food review show right now.
That's what we're doing. We're going to review obviously some pretty good food this time around for sure.
Hell yeah, but the subject matter, though, of this show is going to be something different.
That's right.
Alright, so basically here's the deal. If you watch any content on the show, none of it is scripted. However, for this particular show, No Seconds, the Iceman and I did like an hour and a half, 2 hours of research.
Yep.
In the form of watching 2 documentaries on the internet. And
Do it a little bit.
And we formed some opinions off that information that we received. So this episode, so here's the premise of the show No Seconds, if you've never watched any other previous content on this channel to understand what you're about to see. This is a food review show, and we're going to review some foods, but the unique part about this show is the foods that we review are going to be last meals of people who have been on death row.
Hence.
So not necessarily just killers, but anybody in particular that...
Well, I mean, they have to be a killer to be on death row.
Is that it?
Not a serial
killer. Can you get
killer.
killed for anything? Can you get on the death...
No, you have to.
You have to
murder.
Kill somebody to get... You have to murder to get murdered?
Yeah,
That's it,
exactly.
eh?
That's the way they do it. You have to murder.
Okay, so let's do a quick, fast intro before the food gets even more cold than it already is. And this episode of No Seconds is going to be based on the last meal of John Wayne Gacy.
The killer clown.
Yeah, the killer clown. Listen.
Killer clown.
All right, now that we got the fucking intro out of the way, let's start. Okay, let's talk about the food, and then we'll serve the food, and then we'll talk about the killer.
Good, yeah.
Okay, the food that was for John Wayne Gacy, raped and murdered 33 young men, and then also dressed up as a clown. He was sentenced to the death penalty in Illinois, and he was in jail for like 14 years
yeah.
before he got 0 appeals. And even through his incarceration, he still pled innocence the whole time.
He still kind of maintained his innocence, but in a strange way.
Yeah, it was real weird. He's like, I don't want people to think I'm a homo, but I'm definitely bisexual.
Yeah.
That was really fucking weird. Okay, wait, though, but before we talk about... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, I'm not gay. I'm just a bisexual, that's all.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, he had to create it. Anyway, but before we get further into his character, let's talk about the food and then get it on the plate. John Wayne Gacy was a manager of 3 different KFCs in Illinois, so absolutely this has to have some type of bearing on that. John Wayne Gacy's last meal was 12 pieces of original recipe KFC chicken, a bunch of fries, I forget exactly how many fries there were, a pound of strawberries, and a bunch of jumbo shrimp. But for cost, we got a little less shrimp. So let's dig into this food, and then just, we're feeling it. We're feeling the format of the show right now, right? Well, let's check the spread while you start filling your plate.
All right, sounds good. Well, I think I'll start with a nice piece of chicken here.
Oh, what happened to that skinless piece of chicken?
I don't know.
I'll take it.
Yeah, they just kind of...
This is the
Maybe that's why you threw it in there. No, that's okay. You're good.
So we got these whack medium KFC French fries, and as well as a nice 12-piece bucket of chicken. Shout-outs to the KFC that hooked us up. The manager there was super dope. And we got these really sweet-tasting red strawberries from the grocery store, as well as almost a half dozen pieces of jumbo shrimp. Now, you love shrimp, right?
I fucking love it. No, I've never really enjoyed it very much. But I'm going to fucking love it for this show. No, we'll see. Let's, I'm going to pass these fries over to here.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm going to put some more food on my plate as well.
Wow. Oh, gee. They really got cold, didn't they?
Did they? Oh, here's my piece of skin.
Well, I'm going to
I'm going to take a drumstick too because I'm huge. Spoiler alert, me and the Iceman ate 10 fucking spicy chicken wings as an appetizer on the way home from the restaurant. I don't mean any of that personally. So the thing about no seconds pretty much is part of the premise here. We're going to talk about what the show should be and the show. We're going to do the show at the same time.
Yes.
So part of what the show should be is, you know, there's no way I'm going to fucking sit here. We're not going to eat 12 pieces of chicken each, right?
Food, yeah.
So for all iterations of the show, while we'll attempt to create the meal to the best of our abilities, I don't think it's going to be like challenge style. You know what I mean? That would be impossible.
Just enjoying a nice meal.
Yeah.
Kicking back.
Absolutely.
In homage to a serial killer.
People were like, oh, don't talk about John Wayne Gacy because he raped a bunch of kids. What do you think about how they talked about John Wayne Gacy's insatiable lust for men, for
Young
boys?
Men, yes. Well, young men, not necessarily boys.
You don't like the shrimp, so I'm going to take 3. You can have 2.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it had anything to do with boys. Every guy that I could tell that he had relations with, for one, I think most of them were consensual relations to the point where they didn't know that he was going to kill him, obviously. And they were all
good shrimp.
Is it? They were all in their later teens, I think. Later teens to maybe even early 20s.
Well, some of the documentary that we watched about John Wayne Gacy definitely delved into the names of the men or boys that were raped and murdered.
Yeah.
It was mostly just the names. They didn't really delve too deep into the ages, but the pictures of the boys and everything, like, they all seem to be like under 20. Yeah, they're good, right? They're crispy and they're plump. They all seem to be like young. They were young.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but not like 12, 13 young. I'm talking 16,
16,
17.
17. Like the precipice of...
Yeah. They're still illegal.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
will
wonder
give
how...
the man credit. He's got good taste.
And then, what's that? The chicken skin? Oh, John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah, he's got good taste. He had a good meal here.
The fries are definitely cold, but they are absolutely delicious. Okay, so, one thing... I definitely feel like I'm saying a lot. But also, he was an outstanding member of his community.
He was part of the JC's club.
What is that? What was that?
That was junior business leaders or something like that.
Okay.
And he was actually at the top of the JC's at one point there. Everyone in the community loved him. He was very well known, very well liked, very outspoken and outgoing.
He always did favors for everybody.
Yeah, he was always willing to help people at any time. Like you mentioned earlier, he dressed as a clown. He did that to do kids' parties and stuff.
Right.
Well, he did that because how did he put that?
Oh,
I can't remember how he said it.
Basically said, when you put on the clown paint, you regress to a childlike state, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
and you can be whatever you want. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Obviously,
he's a juggalo.
No, listen. Obviously, without fucking question, the Iceman and I do not advocate any type of behavior whatsoever that was put forth by John Wayne Gacy. When it comes to being a gay boy raping murderer, but when you make great KFC, not that bad.
That's right.
And when he's being a clown and he's not murdering people, he's all like, oh, you know, when I put on the clown paint, I regress to a childlike state, and I can be who I want, and I can do what I want to do. And you can just go all out, basically, I think is almost verbatim what he said, right?
Yeah.
And that's dope, because even though, again, he was a child-killing murderer, a child-killing rapist, excuse me, he was probably a juggalo. I mean, who else says when you put the clown paint on, you feel great, you can do whatever the fuck you want? Really? You know what I mean? I might be a murderer.
But to dub him a killer clown, though, and you made this point earlier.
Yeah, you take my point and run with it, please.
To dub him a killer clown is kind of ridiculous, because he only once, that was in the whole documentaries that we watched, only once did he ever have the clown paint on when he attacked anybody, and the person that he attacked with the clown paint on got away and reported him.
Yeah.
Never.
Well,
once
maybe
kill anybody.
the other people died though.
True, I guess.
But
Yeah,
of all the information that the Iceman and I were capable of gathering today about John Wayne Gacy, nobody made it a point to say that was his thing.
Yeah.
Like he dressed up like a clown and then he fucking killed
and
people.
he just happened to be a murderer. So let's call him a killer clown.
Yeah, it's bullshit. He's not a killer clown. This is not what killer
He's
clowns
a killer
do.
and he's a clown. The fuck?
Yeah, absolutely. He's both of those things, but he's definitely not both of them together.
Yeah, not together, exactly.
Oh man, drinking grape soda with my chicken today. It's delicious.
It's kind of childish to me.
Childish. This KFC held up pretty good for driving the amount of time we did. So,
especially with arguing for the shrimp.
What a nightmare. So this isn't that bad, really.
No, really. Even the cold fries aren't so horrible.
I'll tell you something about the cold fries. It's the smallest portion of food on my plate.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty good food. It looks good. It tastes good.
Yes, it does. It's fucking delicious. And even the shrimp, for a guy who doesn't really like shrimp, fucking good.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think would happen if, like, that type of shit happened around here?
I don't know. I mean, for one, we're Canadian. We'd probably all apologize to the guy.
The guy, John Wayne Gacy, killed 33 people in like 3 years.
Yeah, 33 that they know for sure. That they
From
found.
like 76 to 79 or some shit.
But he also claimed that his first kill was when he was 15 years old. And
he did he?
Yeah, he said
But he sodomized a 14-year-old when he was 26.
Yeah.
And he got 10 years for that.
Well, he got 10 years and
he got 10 years for it, but he was such an
16
outstanding model prisoner that he got out in 18 months. How do you get a 10-year sentence? You get out in 18 months.
But
isn't that crazy sounding?
But here's the thing, though, is he was maintaining his innocence throughout the whole time he's in jail, right? Except for when he admitted that I killed somebody at 15, and then I couldn't stop after that. He literally said that he had to keep killing after that. But no, part. Oh, did you? But then he sits there and says that he's innocent.
Yeah.
It must have been the guys that worked for me that killed these people and buried them under my house.
Oh, dude, remember when they said that he had some of his employees come to his house and dig trenches for new plumbing?
Yeah, for new plumbing.
And they were just digging graves and shit?
And they didn't know. And it could have been one of their graves coming up.
What do you think it would be like to dig your own grave?
Knowingly?
Knowingly, yeah.
Knowingly, I just wouldn't do it. You see it in the movies all the time. A gun to the guy's head, dig your grave. I'd be like, fuck you, you're gonna kill me anyways. You dig my fucking grave.
That's it?
Yeah, fucking right, that's it.
What if because you don't dig your own grave, he doesn't kill you, but he's like, alright, get back in the trunk, and then he takes you to the basement and just tortures you relentlessly until you're like, alright, I'll do that. I'll do it, please.
Okay, I'll dig my grave now. Please stop.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'll dig my grave.
You wouldn't hold out?
Very slowly.
Well, probably you'd be all weak and shit from being tortured.
Exactly. So it wouldn't serve him any to torture me. Might as well just shoot me and dig the grave himself.
Yeah, that John Wayne Gacy, man.
But to bury people under your own home.
He buried they excavated 29 bodies from out of his home in all the time that he lived there.
And I'm pretty sure it was like one body on top of another. They would dig up one body and then there'd be another one underneath.
So fucking creepy.
Yes, it is.
Could you imagine the stench of death in that room? In that whole house?
Apparently that's what got the cops' attention when he invited them to dinner. Can you believe that?
I think he was under some kind of surveillance for some reason.
Well, he was, but then he invited them all in for dinner. He's like, yeah, come on, I'll make you guys dinner. And then that's when they smelled something odd and things really turned for the worse for him.
John Wayne Gacy. He had a lot of dad problems.
Yeah, he grew up with apparently, I don't know if so much an abusive dad physically, but definitely a mentally abusive dad. I think he used to call him a girl and stuff all the time.
A fucking sissy.
Yeah. And then his dad died while he was in prison. They wouldn't let him go to the funeral.
Oh, no?
Nope.
That sucks, man.
Don't know why he wanted to go.
I'm killing this chicken. I'm eating, I feel like, quickly because I want to fucking eat some strawberries. We're already like 20 minutes deep.
Oh, really? Wow. What other kind of killers would you guys prefer to see us eat meals for? It obviously has to be somebody who was on death row, because it has to be a last meal.
Yeah. The point of the show, no seconds, is because you're not going to get any seconds. This is the last. This is the last
That's the
meal.
end of it, right there.
Right? Clever? I don't know. I think I stole it.
I was just clever. Did you?
Oh, and then also, I guess, since it's like a whatever type of video, yeah, I did some research on the show before we started making it, and then honestly, for some reason, it just happened to be today's keywords for the first time in like 2 months that a fucking Shane Dawson video with like 6 or 9 million fucking views comes up.
Yeah.
And he's all doing exactly the same thing that we're fucking doing.
Well, kind of.
Only he's like super gay about it.
He was
Number
really
one,
stupid.
okay. Like somebody, should introduce him to fucking John Wayne Gacy. But John won't do anything because Shane Dawson's probably like in his fucking late 20s, so
Yeah.
Gacy don't give a fuck about nothing. Excuse me.
Yeah, he did this. He got all these food options and sat there and ate it too.
All right, I want some dessert. Do we leave the fucking paper towels in the truck?
We did.
Nice.
Yeah. Go figure, right? And I suppose you don't have any napkins around here. That's the thing with KFC. You think out of all the restaurants, they would be one to fucking throw a bunch of napkins into their bag.
Right? Holy fuck. Oh, and then it wasn't who... Oh, that was a different killer. That was a different guy. The guy that tried to chug all the fucking diet soda.
Mm. Oh, that's right, yeah.
We got a ton of ideas for these shows, and I think that it's going to be a pretty good series. We'll drop them when we got them in the fucking can. I need some strawberries, because we got to end the show. I feel like it ran too long. What do you think? Do you think it ran too long?
I didn't really have any timeline on the show at all.
I didn't really have like a
just
timeline either, but the average person eats for approximately 12 minutes before they're full. I guess we did some talking in between the fooding though, right?
That's right. It's not all just about the meal.
Also, John Wayne Gacy did not have Faygo as a final...
I was thinking about
as a last meal. But in our research, he didn't have anything to drink, so we improvised.
I had to choose something. Why not Faygo?
Yeah. Alright, I want one of these fucking awesome fucking strawberries.
This looks like a good one.
Oh, they're really good. They're not too tart, and
Mostly
they're ultra
good.
soft. They don't have a hard crisp to them, which I like that. Could you, again, imagine just sitting in a fucking room... Let's get these out of frame. Could you imagine just sitting in a fucking room, eating strawberries with greasy fucking hands, knowing that this is the last time that you get to eat anything, and then we're gonna kill you?
I think I'd want to end it with strawberries. Probably my favorite fruit.
Strawberries are your favorite fruit?
As long as they're good ones. These ones aren't so great, but...
Where do you
a lot
get
better
amazing
than most.
strawberries?
Basically out of a fucking field.
You gotta go,
Oh, oh, dog, you're not gonna eat it. Go ahead, but you won't touch it.
So,
Damn it, I think that was a good one, too. Well, I gotta say, for a fucking last meal, this would do it. This would help me die happy.
oh my god, really?
Yeah. Knowing that I just murdered 33 friggin' kids. I'll leave the raping part out, because that wouldn't make me happy.
We gotta figure out this camera out after the show's over. When it's not important.
Having a hard time over here.
Yeah, I'm done with that for now. So, I mean, like, okay, if you were on death row and you were gonna have a last meal, you think strawberries would be a part of that menu item?
I think so.
You really do. Like, this is the last They could be tart.
Strawberries.
You're in prison and they don't give a fuck about you and you're about to fucking die.
I would demand that they have to be fucking
guess what?
good.
I want my SpaghettiOs. Well, I got spaghetti.
Good point, yeah. And he wants the fucking journalists to know this.
I want the press to know, yeah.
That's another show. But you got a point. You do have a point there.
So now, I think.
So yeah, maybe I would leave strawberries out.
I would get a watermelon.
Yeah?
It's hard to fuck with a watermelon.
I don't know, I've had some pretty bad watermelon before.
I mean, like, I love watermelon.
I know you do.
I love chicken. I love watermelon. I love...
Fucking delicious.
Yeah. I love, oh man, there's so many foods racing through my head right now. Imagine if I was on death row and I got Essex A1 spicy squid as a last meal. Probably wouldn't be that bad. I mean, that probably wouldn't be that bad. Like, this is a lot of salt, but it's pretty good. Like, it sucks I'm gonna die, but this is really fucking good right now.
But also, it would get shipped to you, so it wouldn't even be fresh. Because there ain't no prisons around A1 fucking Chinese.
Oh yeah, it would be shit, eh?
It would be shit.
Because you basically have to eat that right away.
I think everything, other than if you order takeout like this, everything is made in the kitchen at the prison.
Well, let's do a couple of takeaways and maybe end the show. I feel like it's pretty crazy that somebody who was considerably as high profiled and inclusive in his community as John Wayne Gacy was, that he could have such a fucking crazy, he could be like,
I find that there's a number of serial killers out there who are very outgoing, a lot of friends, do stuff in the community. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of others that were like that. While there are a bunch of serial killers out there that are just plain fucking crazy and they just go around killing people. We'll get into them too, I'm sure.
as long as they're dead.
Yeah,
as long as they got killed by the government, we're good to go. Yeah, we'll do it. Go ahead and eat another strawberry, Iceman. I think I'll do a little outro here, huh?
I think this is my last strawberry.
Okay, well, overall, then, I guess my takeaway is don't fucking rape people. And also, especially, fucking, it's not fair that they call John Wayne Gacy a killer clown, because as far as all the information that I could gather is concerned, he wasn't dressed as a clown consistently when he was killing. So it's unfair to label him a killer clown, and I stand by that. Also, the KFC was pretty good. Shout-outs again to the KFC manager that hooked it up with 4 extra pieces of chicken in our fucking order today.
For us.
Yeah, and he let us wait for fresh chicken as well. So that's that. That's the takeaway from the show. Okay. Do you have any further things to add relevant to the food or the killer?
I had something and then I lost it. So no.
Feel free to interrupt me if you think of it while I say goodbye. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this episode of No Seconds. I think me and the Iceman really like this show. We're definitely going to make another one or two.
No, I'm stopping you. My takeaway from the show is if you're going to murder a bunch of fucking people, make sure you hide the bodies a little better than burying them under your fucking house.
They were under his house for like fucking 6 years or some shit.
Come on now, really?
33 people in 3 years or some shit? Crazy. I think it was 33 people in 3 years.
He really binged, didn't he?
Oh, he went crazy after his wife left him.
Fucking murder binge. That was the second wife. The first wife left him after the sodomy.
The second wife left him after with their 2 kids.
Yeah, but that...
And then he was 33 years old. He was single and unchained. He just started sometimes at gunpoint. Get in the car.
Get in, bitch.
Okay, anyway, though, enough about John Wayne Gacy and his crazy shenanigans. If you like this episode in No Seconds, interact with the video as such. And if you didn't like it, also do that, okay? But more so importantly than interacting with the video is this. If you have a suggestion for a last meal, an episode of No Seconds, somebody who's, again, been murdered by the government and they got one last meal to eat from them, and you'd like us to review that particular meal, let us know. And also the show, in the comments section of the video, you can do that. And finally, we don't stop making content, so just keep watching fucking shows, okay? Because that's all we know how to do around here anymore.
That's right.
Oh, and I guess this is actually the real final takeaway from the show, okay? Huge shout outs to every single person who made a donation to the show.
I was thinking about mentioning
we
this,
make the content on the shows, and all of this food that we bought today was paid for by generous donations by
our wonderful viewers.
Excellent fucking subscribers and viewers of the content. So thank you to everybody. No specific name shout-outs because there's so many people giving us money. We don't know. Can't even keep track of it anymore.
We don't even know whose money we spent on this.
So thank you everybody that did make a financial donation to the show. It's doing things like this and also some other upcoming content on the channel that we have coming out.
That's right.
So, we're going to hone this show, cut it down, and make it better.
This is our first episode.
Yeah.
We're just getting into this.
Yeah.
This is going to be an awesome show, though.
I want to do that Grasso guy who choked the two old people and then he had 2 pizzas and some chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, that sounds like
and strawberry shakes and a fucking burger.
Yep. Double cheeseburger.
There's some really fucking
awesome
decent fucking last meals out there, man. So anyway, again, do your research if you like, and leave a comment in the comment section of anybody particular that you want to see us, whose last meal of which you want us to review. I'm fucking up the show.
No, you're not.
Okay, thanks for the vote of confidence, Iceman.
Thanks a lot, bud. Yeah,
thanks for
great meal.
being on this show. And we're going to do another one of these again soon, probably within a month or so.
Hopefully.
All right?
Sounds good, bud.
Okay, that's it for No Seconds. Stay tuned for another episode the next time that we get the opportunity to put one out. And until next time, don't kill anybody. Whoop, whoop.